white center flow screen. First off, if you don't remember anything else, look at the orientation of the screen, the placement of it. It's rotated 90 degrees in the channel compared to a traditional screen. It's also sitting in the channel at a 90-degree installation, so it's always a perfectly vertical screen. It's a continuous band screen. That gives us high capacity, low head loss. They go hand in hand, high capacity, low head loss. As I just mentioned about our family of screens, there is no maintenance below the top of the channel. It's all open in there, whether it's the center flow, the through flow, or the multi-rake. It's all open, and all of the maintenance that the operator does do is above grade at the top of the channel. So there's nothing down in the channel, which is common to our family of screens. I had to think for a second. What I want to mention to you guys here, the center flow has a lot of layout options. Going back to this theme of us being a custom manufacturer, optimizing your headworks, there's a lot of things you can do with the center flow. Center flow doesn't care where the influent and the effluent side of the screen is. We can have the discharge come out the front side, on the effluent side, or on the back side. Likewise, we can put the screening's compactor, integral to the screen as we call it, inside the screen, or we can put it external to the screen sitting over here on the side of the channel. So there's a lot of layout options when it comes to the center flow. Last thing to mention, this is pretty unique. Let's assume that this channel width is 48 wide. I'm just making that up, a 48-inch wide channel. We can make the screen deeper, wider if you will, than 48. Because of the way the screen's rotated in the channel, we can just make the screen go deeper down the channel and do, let's say, a 54 or a 60-inch deep screen. Very unique. You're not going to do that on any other type of screen. This is pretty cool. We've actually got a video of a screen in service. This is Romeoville, Illinois. Some people can't believe that the screen is actually cleaning as well as it is, as you'll see. So the dirty side and the clean side. A lot to point out here. You can see the teeth. But overall, you can see just the capture that this screen is achieving. It's pretty remarkable. The belt goes up to the top of the screen where we have two spray bars that spray through the grid to clean the screen off like that. Very impressive to see how well our screens clean. So let's look at what some of the applications are for the Great White, for the center flow. Hopefully you can kind of get a feel by now. Fine screening. That's where we want to put a center flow screen, is in a application where we have an MBR or an IFAS or otherwise a high capture expectation for a screen. That can be traditional headworks, a traditional wastewater treatment plant. We can have water intake, such as a seawater intake or a river intake. And we can also do a whole host of industrial applications. So the next slide is going to be a case study, but this happens to be a photo from that same slide. So this is Canton, Ohio. It's an MBR facility. What I want you to see, since this is such a large photo, is the sluice system. That's one of the largest sluice systems that we've done. So you've got all the redundancy that's required in an MBR plant. Moving quite a bit of material. They've told us they remove about 6 cubic yards of material per day in Canton. So let's move on. We're moving quickly here. Let's talk about the bull shark, which is the second screen in our screening family. So what we get with the bull shark is a little more versatility. When the screen's kind of set back on an angle like that, which is typically 75 degrees for us, we can pull channels. We can go down to an 11-inch wide or an 11-inch narrow channel, if you will, for a bull shark screen. We need 30 inches on the center flow so that the water on the center flow can get outside the screen. Another cool thing about the bull shark, you can see this little A-frame here, hopefully, that supports the screen. We can use that A-frame as a pivot to pivot the screen up out of the channel. What do you pivot for? It's not for maintenance. Like I said, again, on the bull shark, there's nothing to maintain in the channel. There's no sprockets, no chains. We just have the guide link that I showed you earlier. What you do pivot for is simply for inspection or for bypass. So you're really not going to need to pivot the bull shark screen that often. A little bit about the theory of operation quickly. The animation kind of has this going around continuously. What we like to do with our screens is have them actually sit still. We don't want that grid moving. Let all the solids and all the screenings kind of build up a dam on the front of the screen. That material is preventing other material from getting through. As that's happening, but we have a little more flexibility for layout with the center flow. Should mention down here at the bottom, we would love for you to ask more questions. I know I'm going kind of quickly here. You can email us, info@hydrodyne.com with a dash between the hydro and the dyne, so feel free to email us. Hopefully Randy's getting some questions through our Ask a Question on Zoom. So go ahead and ask us questions, and of course you can go to our website as well, hydrodyne.com. Lots of information there. We have our phone number. We'd love for you to contact us. Real quickly again, we have a spray bar in the top of the screen to spray off, literally spray off the screenings like we had on the center flow.